Cowboys
Yes,
beat
sir.
the Eagles 33-13. Dak Prescott 24-39. 271, 2 touchdowns. The Cowboys have now scored 30-plus points in all 7 home games, 8 straight when you go back to the final game last year. It's the longest streak across the NFL since the Broncos did it in 11 games spanning 2012 and 2013 seasons. Jalen Hurts was 18 of 27, 197. Devontae Smith fumbled the football, 3rd turnover for the Eagles the night, one shy of matching their season high 4 against the Jets. So, what were some of your takeaways from tonight's game, Ocho?
I mean, my takeaway, first of all, was Dak. Dak playing a very, very, very good ball game. Obviously, you said it already. He was 24 for 39 for 271 yards. And I've always said this. We said that, the Cowboys hadn't beaten anybody. Obviously, they just beat a very, very good, well, what we thought was good, 10-2 Eagles team. Obviously, they dominated in all 3 phases of the game. But more importantly, the receivers showed up today. I think when it comes time to playoff football, we're going to need CeeDee Lamb, Brandon Cooks, and Michael Gallup to do what they did tonight. Continue to make plays and make Dak's job easy to where he can facilitate and just do what he needs to do to make sure they win the game and not turn the ball over. Obviously, they took
one, got one off him.
They did get one off him, but they were able to overcome that because the Eagles obviously turned the ball over 4 times them damn selves. That goddamn Stephon Gilmore tonight. That damn Stephon Gilmore, man, played phenomenal football, man. That is how you play defensive back.
Ocho.
He played really well.
Before I get into my thing, okay, they come with the blitz. And this is what I say, understanding and have football IQ. This is what I don't get with Devontae. He sees us a blitz. So now, and Stephon Gilly is playing off. You run the shallow. Ocho, you know he's driving. As soon as you catch this ball, you stop and pivot up out of it. Why would he continue to run, Ocho, when he know the guy driving? You got to have spidey senses tingling. Oh, he's driving on this where I'm back up out of there.
And go the other way.
Ocho. That's Ocho. That okay, I get it. That's a graduate level receiver move, but him being who he is, a Heisman Trophy, a Biletnikoff Award winner, a top 10 pick. Ocho, you got to feel that. You got to sense. And you remember you and I was talking about it earlier. From the defense, you know, okay, this is where the collision, based on the defense that I thought they were in, this is where the collision is going to come from. So you have an understanding of what's going on. So I know on a blitz situation, I'm running, they call it, some people call it drive, some people call it shallow cross, for whatever you want to call it, drive, shallow cross. I know Gilly has to drive to try to beat me to the point. So now all I'm going to do is catch the ball and spin up out of there. And I'm going back the other way. He might hit his head on the goalpost because remember, Ocho, they came with a blitz.
And it ain't nothing back there.
Ain't nothing backside.
Ain't nothing back there. It just is mano a mano. But I think maybe he wasn't really thinking of that at that specific moment. He was more so concerned with securing the catch, and obviously you want to make a play in that moment, but you have to have extreme confidence in not just securing the catch, but understanding and already having it pre-planned what you're going to do when that blitz is coming. That already has to be in your head and ready to go. It's not like, oh, the ball's coming. Oh, shit, they blitzing. Okay, this is what I'm going to do. It already got to be in your head. When you line up at the line of scrimmage and you know blitz is coming based on down and distance or what they're showing you defensively, that already has to be planned in your head. So it's second nature. When that ball comes out, you already ready to do it.
For the simple fact he's not impressed, I know he has to come for distance because at the lineup, he's already playing off. Because guess what? He don't want me to run by him. So now once I take off, I already know he's driving over the top because he's trying to prevent me from getting the first down going out the front side. So I'm already thinking at 3 steps, I say, if I get this ball, I'm coming back up. I'm coming the other way.
I'm cutting back. I'm coming back underneath.
Automatically. For the simple fact, the way the defense is being played, and I know I'm not going to beat him to the point because guess what I got to do, Ocho? I got to get the ball, and I got to turn up. So by the time I turn up, here he comes. And guess what happened? As soon as he turned up, Gilly met him at the boom. He's down. And he's not a big receiver, so he's not going to break a whole lot of tackles, Ocho. He's only a $165. So it ain't like that's not DK. That's not AJ. That's not a Julio or one of these big receivers, a TO that's going to run through tackles. In a situation like that, because it's bang, But that's what I'm thinking. And knowing the situation,
Right.
knowing how the DB's playing, knowing the defense that they're in, man, they're in zero coverage. Oh, I'm stopping.
Mm-hmm.
Unless
Yeah.
he, as soon as I catch it, Ocho, unless he bangs me, as soon as I catch it, I'm wheeling up out of it. I'm wheeling up out of it.
Yeah, man.
But Ocho,
That's tough.
Ocho,
That's
you
tough.
remember I've been saying this, and I said, Ocho, there's something going on with the Eagles. And I said, Ocho, we got to be careful because they're winning. We're glossing over some issues that they got. I said that back end can be had. I said, what's happening is that, and what Dallas did a good job of tonight is that when they got in the red zone, they cashed it in. I said, but that back end, I said, eat the feeling. Oh, Shannon, you don't. And see, that's the difference between what we do and fans. See, fans, all they care about, Ocho, is wins and losses. I'm trying to explain to you why they're winning or why they're losing and some pitfalls that might befall you if you're not careful. Now, I've been trying to warn you. We're going to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs. I was the one that was worried from day one. And I told you, Ocho, I said, Ocho, I'm worried.
Right.
But when I look at the Eagles, the mistake sometimes people make is that, man, they were really good last year. Well, they're going to be really good this year. And the record, sometimes the record is not an indication of how well somebody's playing. But if you can look at the Eagles and honestly be truthful to yourself, say this team is not identical, obviously, because they've lost some pieces, lost some coordinators, but they're not playing close to what they were. I mean, they had a pretty good night running the football tonight, but Ocho, they're not the same team. They're not. I mean, right now, it's I got the 49ers here, I got the Cowboys here, and then you got the Eagles and the Lions, and then whoever else you want to put in there. But right now, 49ers are the cream of the crop. The cream of the crop.
Yeah, definitely. They look. Listen, the 49ers look strong as hell. I'm looking at them and I'm trying to find a weak link. Like you said, basically the Eagles were 10-2 and you said they were winning and people look at the wins and losses, but really not understanding and dissecting why they're winning in the holes that you can see that the casual fan can't see. But the 49ers, man, we're not gonna get off topic right now. But God damn, they look good.
They look really good. I think that,
I'm gonna go.
Go ahead, Ocho. I was gonna say about the Eagles is that they're back in, and it started to alarm me when I saw Sam Howell throw for almost 400. So I'm like, hold on, that Sam Howell threw for almost 400 against that front line, and with that back end, y'all got Pro Bowlers on the back end. How is that possible? And then I see Dak throw for 374, and I see these guys throwing for a number of yards. I said, nah, And now, Ocho, they can't run the football with the same conviction, so they can't keep opposing teams' offense off the field.
Off the field, right. I mean, for one, for the Commanders, and I will like to say this, based on the receiving core that the Commanders do have with Terry McLaurin, Jahan Dotson, they're not no goddamn slouches.
Yeah.
They're not no slouches. So I understand Sam Howell being able to throw for so many yards, but again, the front line for the Eagles, when the front line for the Eagles does not dominate a game, you get the results that you got today. Listen, the Eagles defense the last 2 weeks have allowed 34 points, 42 points, and tonight 33 points. Why? Because their front line has to dominate. They got to dominate. They have to find a way to put pressure and make the quarterbacks that they're playing against uncomfortable.
But what are you seeing?
And they've yet to be able to do that.
What did their offense give you tonight? They gave you 13. They gave you 19 last week, and they got a lot of that in mop-up time. So what are we seeing? Okay, you can't generate pressure up front with your front four. Now your back end has already been compromised because I don't think they're very good in coverage, and I don't think they tackle very well. And so now, and plus your offense can't match the opposing team's offensive output. Boy, you in trouble, Ocho. You in trouble unless you can force turnovers to take possessions away from the opposing team offense. It's going to be tough because Dallas was really doing whatever they want to. But the key for the Dallas Cowboys is that number 87, that tight end Ferguson. Now I've been on his bandwagon.
He had a game.
I like the swag that he possessed. He believed he that dude. He believes it. Dak believes in him. I love it. He get up every time, let them know, yeah, I got it, and I'm gonna get another one too. Yeah, they're gonna come back to me on third down, and you ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it.
Yeah, he had a very big third down catch. Very big third down catch when in that condensed split when he came back underneath. and the DB was right there draped on him, but he made, man, he nice. He nice. And that could also be the difference maker, especially when it comes playoff time. When you want to key on CD Lamb and Gallup and Brandon Cooks. I'm not saying they will struggle, but I'm just saying if things aren't going their way, having that security blanket in Ferguson could be big for Dak.
This is the Cowboys' 4th win by 20 or more points this season, 2 more than any other team in the NFL. The Cowboys had 4 such wins under McCarthy in their first 3 seasons combined. This year they already have 4 with, I think, 5 games to go or 4 games to go? With 4 games to go. So congratulations to the Cowboys. They're gonna.
I have a question before you go on. I know you're giving Dak his flowers, but is Dak Prescott your MVP as of right now?
Did you see? You said we're gonna talk about. You know what? We gotta say that. Did you see what Purdy did? 368 on 19 completions.
Yeah.
He might have had more if Brandon Ayuk didn't get stripped from the back, because Brandon Ayuk about to hit his head on the goalpost. He got careless with the football. But I think right now the quarterback.
It's hard for me to argue with you. It's hard for me to argue the fact after you just said Purdy.
Hey, this is a horse race. They right here, Ocho. They coming down the back stretch. They coming down the back stretch.